Hello students, welcome to my channel. It's me Neil Ghosh, the channel where we can all learn together. So today we are going to cover a new chapter of ISC Geography syllabus. और chapter का नाम है क्या? The relief. Means the relief features of all these topics. The relief features of the Himalayan mountain complex, the regional division of the Himalayas, the Indus-Ganga-Brahmaputra plain, the Peninsular plateau and the coastal plain. So we're going to cover all of these topics in today's class. So let's begin with a smile. Oscar. So according to our new syllabus, we'll only cover those topics which are in our related content. So in the first page, you will see a lot of things are written there that India is generally divided into following relief divisions. So starting with the chapter 3, the Himalayan mountain complex, the Indus-Ganga-Brahmaputra plain, the Peninsular plateau, the coastal plains, the islands, all of this. But we need to start with the first topic, that is not the Himalayan mountain complex. We'll only read the topics, and you can easily read thoroughly all of those paragraphs, but it is not so important. The Great Himalayas or the Inner Himalayas, the Middle Himalayas, the Outer Himalayas, these are all for theoretical part. So the main part of here is that offshoot of the Himalayas under the Himalayas mountain complex. So what has been told in the offshoot of the Himalayas, it was in page number 23 if your and our book have been matched. The general east-west axis takes sudden bend which is comparable to hairpin. These bends are marked by the Indus Gorge and in west and Dihang Gorge in the east. There is a difference of opinion regarding the actual limit of Himalayas. So हर समय कुछ ना कुछ opinion अलग अलग रहता है कि हिमालय इतना हाइट है, इतना है, इसका measurement इतना हो सकता है, ये इधर से इतना measure होता है. तो ये सब का difference, it was all been varies to different opinions. This mountain extend further southwards with this great bends, while the other view is that this mountain extend further southwards from these points according to two sets of offshoots. तो दो offshoots है हिमालय का, क्या क्या है? The northwest offshoots, the northeast offshoots. So what has been told in northwest offshoot, these offshoot include the mountain ranges lying beyond Indus. मतलब ये जो offshoots है ये Indus का भी आगे जो places है वो सबको combine करके बोला जाता है नॉर्थ वेस्ट ऑफशूट. These are the places which comes under the northwest offshoots are the Hazara, the Salim, the Sulaiman, the Bukti, the Kirthar and the Mekran ranges. The northeast offshoots, this section of Himalayas line beyond the gorge of Sangpo जो रिवर है ब्रह्मपुत्र का, उसके बियॉन्ड जो एरिया है वो भी नॉर्थ ईस्ट ऑफशूट्स में आते हैं. These includes the places are Indo-Myanmar hills, the Arakan Yoma and the Peninsular ranges. They are treated as the projection of the Himalayas. So if we move to the next topic, there was given a difference between Western Himalayas and Eastern Himalayas. So what has been told in the Western and Eastern Himalayas? The Western Himalayas lie to the west of 86° west longitude between Indus and Kali River. And the Eastern Himalayas lies at the east of 80° east longitude between Tista and Brahmaputra river. The Western Himalayas rise gradually in a series of ranges starting from the sub-Himalayan hills of Jammu and Kashmir. मतलब Western Himalayas gradually rise होता है धीरे धीरे. कहाँ से शुरू होता है? वो शुरू होता है सब Himalayan hills of Jammu and Kashmir to कहाँ तक? कैलाश एंड काराकोरम रेंजेस. और ईस्टर्न हिमालय में ये बिहार प्लेन से एब्रप्टली मतलब सडनली स्टार्ट होता है अप टू एवरेस्ट एंड कंचनजंगा विच आर लोकेटेड क्वाइट क्लोज टुगेदर. एवरेज एनुअल रेनफॉल वेस्टर्न हिमालयस में लेस देन 100 सेंटीमीटर है और ईस्टर्न हिमालयस में मोर देन 200 सेंटीमीटर. एंड इन वेजिटेशन इन वेस्टर्न हिमालयस मेनली कंसिस्ट ऑफ एल्पाइन and coniferous for the alpine and a type of forest which in India it was found. And in Eastern Himalayas large tracts are covered with dense evergreen forest. मतलब evergreen forest Eastern Himalayas में ज़्यादा है. So regional division of the Himalayas. So we have done with the first topic of our today's class, that is the Himalayan mountain complex. These are the related subparts of the Himalayan mountain complex. Now we are moving to the next part, the regional division of the Himalayas. So what have been told in regional division of Himalayas, the Kashmir or Punjab Himalayas, the Himachal or Uttarakhand or Kumaon Himalayas, the Nepal Himalayas and the Assam Himalayas. We have to read only these 4 types of Himalayas. So what have been told here, the Kashmir और पंजाब हिमालयस कहाँ पर पड़ता है? इंडस एंड सतलुज के बीच में. It is also called Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Himalayas. क्योंकि ज़्यादातर जो जगह है वो अंडर दिस टू स्टेट्स इट कम्स व्हाट जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के स्टेट के अंदर ही बहुत ज़्यादातर जगह आते हैं कश्मीर और पंजाब हिमालय के. द इम्पोर्टेंट रेंजेस ऑफ दिस सेक्शन आर लद्दाख, पीर पंजाल, जस्कर एट्सेट्रा. द हिमाचल और उत्तराखंड कुमियन हिमालयस it lies between Satluj and Kali rivers. Nepal Himalaya lies between Kali and Tista, and Assam Himalayas lies between Tista and Dihang. So from there you can see a algorithm, you can see a similarity of patterns, that is the Kashmir or Punjab Himalayas lies between Indus and Satluj. हिमाचल में क्या है सतलुज एंड काली, और नेपाल में क्या है काली एंड तीस्ता, और आसाम में क्या है तीस्ता एंड ब्रह्मपुत्र. These ranges are in the Punjab Himalayas, Ganga rivers like Yamuna and all of these are the sources of Kumaon Himalayas, and the ranges comes under the Nepal Himalayas are Annapurna, the Maikalu, etc. All these places, the Kanchenjunga, and all of these places are located in this Nepal Himalayas. So if we talk about what is the significance of Himalayas, it is an important part. हिमालयस कॉम्प्रेस, हिमालयस मतलब हिमालय क्या है, सबसे जो डोमिनेटिंग और मेजोरिटिंग पार्ट है मतलब माउंटेन्स का, वो कम्स अंडर द पार्ट ऑफ हिमालयस. हिमालयस हैव शेप्ड द डेस्टिनी एंड लाइफ ऑफ मेनी पीपल लिविंग देयर. हिमालय आर द बॉडी एंड सोल ऑफ इंडिया. क्यों उसको बॉडी एंड सोल क्यों कहा जाता है हिमालय को? बिकॉज हिमालय कॉन्सिस्ट इंडियाज नेशनल माउंटेन सिस्टम, मतलब माउंटेन सिस्टम में हिमालय का मेजोरिटी स्ट्रेंथन है. माउंटेन मतलब ही हिमालय है इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंडियन लैंग्वेज. So there are some factors given which influence the conditions and all other things of Himalayas, the climatic influence, defense, source of river, soil, hydroelectricity, forest wealth, agriculture, tourism, मतलब सब ये पार्ट क्या है, इंक्लूडेड पार्ट ऑफ हिमालयस. मिनरल्स, पिलग्रिमेज, मतलब क्या क्या मिल सकता है, वाटर सोर्स कहाँ से है, हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिसिटी कैसे हिमालय से हम जनरेट कर सकते हैं, फॉरेस्ट का कितना वेल्थ है, टूरिज्म का एक मतलब ह्यूज पार्ट Himalaya covers a huge part in the tourism also, in agricultural sector it takes part, and all of this you can thoroughly read these paragraphs. So moving on to the next important topic, that the Indus-Ganga-Brahmaputra plain. All of this you can read for your better understanding. So in the Indus-Ganga-Brahmaputra plain, the great north plain of North India has been formed by the depositional work of many rivers. मतलब इंडस गंगा ब्रह्मपुत्र प्लेन कैसे तैयार हुआ? जो छोटे छोटे रिवर्स है, जो छोटे छोटे पॉन्ड्स, लेक्स, वो सब एक जाकर मिलकर एक सोर्स हुआ किसका, मतलब सब रिवर का जो कंबाइन टुगेदर एक सोर्स बना है, उसकी वो किसका, इंडस गंगा ब्रह्मपुत्र प्लेन का रिवर का सोर्स है. It extends from 2,400 km in the east direction from Satluj to Ganga Delta. So what are the relief features of this plain? The first comes that relief features of this plain are, and you can also remember this, that this plain are flat and featureless, मतलब इतना feature नहीं है और ज़्यादातर flat ही है ये रिवर, सब इतना कुछ changes नहीं है, monotonous है. So first comes the Bhabar. So what is Bhabar? So we are done with our second topic, that regional division of the Himalayas. Now we will move to our third topic, that Indus-Ganga-Brahmaputra plain. So Bhabar is a very important topic to be covered. Bhabar lies along the foot of the Shivaliks and the Indus to the Tista. मतलब भाबर कहाँ मिलता है? At the foot hills, मतलब शिवालिक जो रेंज, भाबर का रेंज कितना है from Indus to Tista in the mountain ranges of the Shivaliks. It is a narrow belt of 8 to 16 kilometers which comprise of pebble studded rocks in the shape of porous beds. मतलब इसका जो बेल्ट है पानी के नीचे का वो 8 to 16 किलोमीटर है, which जिसके अंदर पेबल स्टडेड रॉक्स, मतलब छोटे छोटे टाइनी पत्थर है, इन द पोरस मीन्स इन द पोरस मीन्स in the whole of the that stones. So the porosity of this zone is so high that the gap is in the stones is so high that streams disappear here. Most of the streams disappear here, and it is not much suited for agriculture. In case of Tarai, it is situated in the south of Bhabar and runs parallel to it. Tarai is situated in the south of Bhabar. It is an indication of emergence of the underground streams of Bhabar belt. इसको मार्क किस लिए करा जाता है तराई को? It is an emergence in the underground streams of Bhabar belt. Means it helps in the underground streams of Bhabar belt. इस एरिया में बहुत डैम्प है, मतलब जो मड वो बहुत ज़्यादा है. थिक फॉरेस्ट विद अ वैरायटी ऑफ वाइल्ड लाइफ आर फाउंड हियर. Tarai land has been reclaimed and turned into an agricultural land. Bhangar, it is composed of old alluvium and forms the alluvial terrace. It is, what is it is composed of? Bhangar, it is composed of old alluvium, means old alluvial soil above the level of floodplains, and its alluvial terrace is above the level of floodplains. It is often impregnated with calcareous concretions known as कंकर. Means it is made with soak, मतलब कुछ कंक्रीट कुछ सोक मतलब मड लाइक कुछ चीज़ इसमें मिक्सड हुआ है जिसको हम कंकर भी बोलते हैं. व्हाट इज़ खद्दर? द फ्लड प्लेन विच नेवर एलुवियम इज कॉल्ड खद्दर. मतलब जो फ्लड प्लेन है वो नया एलुवियम से जो बना हुआ है उसको खद्दर कहते हैं. और भंगर किसको कहते हैं? जो ओल्ड एलुवियम सॉइल से बना हुआ है. खद्दर इज ऑफन कैरेक्टराइज्ड विद द फर्टाइल सॉइल एंड इंटेंसिव एग्रीकल्चर. खद्दर को हम फर्टाइल सॉइल और इंटेंसिव एग्रीकल्चर से भी कैरेक्टराइज कर सकते हैं. व्हाट इज भूर? इट इज़ एन एलिवेटेड पीस ऑफ लैंड विच इज सिचुएटेड अलॉन्ग द बैंक्स ऑफ गंगा. मतलब एलिवेटेड जो थोड़ा अपलिफ्टेड पीस ऑफ लैंड जो गंगा के धार में मिलता है. It is deposited by alluvium soil and rivers, and it is deposited by alluvium soil by river floods almost every year. और river का भी मतलब it face floods almost every year, and it is most of the part is covered with alluvium soil. Of Khaddar, what is in case of Bhur? It is an uplifted piece of land along the banks of Ganga, especially in the upper Ganga Yamuna Doab. How it has been formed? कैसे यह तैयार हुआ? By the accumulation of wind blown sands during the hot dry months of the year. What is Barind? Barind is the area between Ganga and Brahmaputra. Barind is a large island or terrace of older lateral alluvium. मतलब large island या फिर terrace बोल सकते हैं हम older alluvium का. It is sparsely populated area. बारिंद का जो एरिया है वो बहुत कम मतलब पॉपुलेशन के साथ है. What is Barkhan? What is Barkhan? Which is also called Barchan or Barkon. A Barkhan is a crescent-shaped sand dune, मतलब carved-shaped sand dune, which was found in the Rajasthan desert. राजस्थान desert में ये मिलता है. इतना तक आप पढ़ सकते हैं. और ज़्यादातर जो पैराग्राफ लिखा हुआ है you can easily read it thoroughly because those are the paragraphs under it are not so much that important like the Bhangar, Khaddar, Tarai, Bhur, Barind, etc. What is the difference between Bhabar and Tarai? It lies along the foothills of the Shivaliks from Indus to Tista, Bhabar. And Tarai, it lies to the south of Bhabar and runs parallel to it. हमने पढ़ा है. Bhabar is 8 to 16 km wide and Tarai is 20 to 30 km wide. Bhabar is comprises of pebble-studded rocks in the shape of porous beds, and Tarai is composed of comparatively finer alluvium, and it is most of the parts is covered by forest. Due to porosity of rocks, the stream disappeared and flow underground in case of Bhabar. In case of Tarai, the underground streams of the Bhabar re-emerge in the case of emergence in the surface area. The region of Bhabar is not much suitable for agriculture. The reason is most of the parts of Tarai are suitable for agriculture. What is the difference between Bhangar and Khaddar? Bhangar is a highland which is composed of old alluvium. Khaddar is a new land which is composed of newer alluvium. Lowland which is composed of new alluvium, and Bhangar is a highland composed of old alluvium. Bhangar is always above the level of floods. ये सब हमने पैराग्राफ में पढ़ा हुआ है. So just a reading. Khaddar is flooded every year and new alluvium is deposited. Bhangar is often impregnated with calcareous concretions which is known as kankar, and Khaddar is often characterized by clay soil which is very fertile. Bhangar is not much suitable for cultivation. Intensive agriculture is practiced in Khaddar. Bhangar is also called Dhaya in Punjab, and Khaddar is also called Bet in Punjab. So, what are the regional division of the other plains? That is the Rajasthan plain, the Great Indian Desert, which was also known as the Great Indian Desert. The desert area lies mainly between the Aravalli range in the east and alluvial plain of the Indus in the west. मतलब desert area कहाँ पर है? Most of the majority part in the Aravalli range in the east and alluvial plain of the Indus in the west. The mean height of the sand dunes varies from 8 meters in Jaipur and Sikar to 30 meters in Barmer. Most of the part this ग्रेट डेजर्ट लाइज इन राजस्थान, मतलब ज़्यादातर पार्ट जो है इस डेजर्ट का वो कहाँ पर गिरता है, मतलब वो राजस्थान के लोकेशन के अंदर है. The undulating plain whose average elevation is 325 meters near Aravalli range and it descends to less than 150 centimeters near the Indo-Pak border. मतलब जो डेजर्ट का एरिया है वो कहाँ से शुरू होता है, starts from Aravalli range up to the 325 meter and lies down to 150 meter near the Indo-Pak border, means India-Pakistan border. The whole area is thus without any vegetation cover. ज़्यादातर एरिया वेजिटेशन वहाँ पर नहीं किया जा सकता. On the edge of Aravalli range, a number of seasonal streams drain the area of which Luni river is outstanding. मतलब Aravalli range में कुछ rivers है छोटे छोटे वो which flows through it in the form of a Luni river which is outstanding. What are some important lakes? Sambar, Didwana, Degara, Kuchaman, etc. The Punjab-Haryana plain. The part of the plain formed as a result of alluvial deposits by 5 rivers. पंजाब हरियाणा प्लेन कैसे मतलब तैयार हुआ, कैसे फॉर्म हुआ? By the depositional work of the 5 rivers. What are the 5 rivers? Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum, which was famously known as the लैंड ऑफ 5 रिवर्स. और जिसको हम जानते हैं, ये सब रिवर को हम फैमिलियर है. सतलुज, बीज, रवि, चेनाब एंड झेलम. The land of 7 rivers by Aryan speaking tribes. What was it? It has been called in earlier the land of 7 rivers, Punjab Haryana plain. So from east to west, these doabs lies between these rivers. So what are the doabs? बिस्त जलंधर दोअब lies between Beas and सतलुज. जैसे कि नाम ये आप कैसे याद कर सकते हैं, बहुत ईजी है. जैसे कि नाम है, उस नाम को आपको बीच में से डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि बिस्त जलंधर मीन्स बिस्त फॉर बीज एंड Jalandhar Doab, you have to name it as Satluj. Bari Doab, again Bari, starts with B. Then Beas and Ravi. Rachna Doab, Ravi and Chenab. That's for R. For Rachna, for R, it's Ravi, and for C, it's Chenab. So ऐसा बहुत easily याद कर सकते हैं. In the fourth one is Chaj Doab, Chenab and Jhelum, and Sindh Sagar Doab, Jhelum, Chenab and Indus. The mass alluvial soil has been broken by reverse courses which was carved for themselves broad plains of Khaddar flanked by bluffs which was also known as Dhaya. What is Dhaya? The mass of alluvium का जो mass है which was broken down in river courses, जो river course पे मतलब break down होके गिरा है, which was cut or designed, ऐसे design किया हुआ है of the broad floodplains of Khaddar which was flanked का मतलब क्या है, edge by deception और pretend. मतलब जो फ्लड प्लेन से खद्दर का वो बहुत उसका जो एज है बहुत डिसेंडेंट है, मतलब बहुत नीचे है, विच इज़ लोकली नोन एज धया. मतलब इन सिंपल वर्ड्स जो एलुवियल का जो मास है वो रिवर्स में सिंपली टाइनी पार्टिकल्स वो ब्रेक डाउन हो जाता है और ऐसे डिज़ाइन होता है जस्ट लाइक उसका एज बहुत डिसेंडेड है, इजी, उसको ही हम धया कहते हैं. तो ये अब थोड़ा ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, यू कैन ईजिली टेक नोट ऑफ दिस. एंड The Khaddar belt, which was also known as the Betlands. Khaddar belt को Betlands भी बोला जाता है. What is chaos? The northern part of the plain adjoining Shivalik hills had been intensively eroded by numerous streams called chaos. खोस, इसको हम खोस भी कह सकते हैं. नॉर्दर्न पार्ट जो है इस प्लेन का, कौन सा प्लेन का, पंजाब हरियाणा प्लेन, एडजॉइनिंग मतलब शिवालिक हिल्स को लेकर बहुत विगोरियसली, बहुत इंटेंसिवली वो इरोडेड बाय द न्यूमरस स्ट्रीम्स, बहुत स्ट्रीम से वो इरोडेड है. मतलब इरोडेड क्या मतलब वो सॉइल इरोशन जो होता है, मतलब जो सॉइल गिरता है पानी के ऊपर इन द साइड ऑफ द रिवर्स, अलोंग साइड ऑफ द रिवर्स, उसको बोलते हैं इरोशन. और लैंड इरोशन क्या है, जो लैंड गिरता है. सो इट वॉज बीन इरोडेड बाई स्मॉल न्यूमरस स्ट्रीम्स विच वॉज कॉल्ड केओस विच लेड टू इनॉर्मस गलिंग. और ये कहाँ पर है, पार्टिकुलरली इन होशियारपुर इन डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ पंजाब. Moving on to the next, that is Ganga Plain. The Ganga Plain lies in UP, Bihar and West Bengal. Ganga Plain कहाँ पर है, in UP, Bihar and West Bengal. And most of the depositional work of Ganga is done by its tributaries, that is Yamuna, Gomti, Ghagra and Gandak. This plain lies, the deltaic part of this plain lies in the West Bengal and Bangladesh. मतलब जिसको मागोंगा भी बोलते हैं in Bengali. The Chambal, Betwa, Ken and the Son rivers from the Peninsular plateau have been also contributed in the formation of Ganga. These also small rivers also contributed in the formation of Ganga. The Ganga was been divided into three parts: the Upper Ganga plain, the Lower Ganga plain, the Middle Ganga plain, and the Lower Ganga plain. The western part is called Upper Ganga plain, which was comprising of higher Ganga, Yamuna, Doab. And its thickness is 1000 to 2000 meters. इट वॉज द ओल्ड भांगर एलुवियम ऑफ द दोआब, मतलब जो ओल्ड भांगर है, मतलब जो ओल्ड भांगर एलुवियम है दोआब का, वो कैसे तैयार हुआ? वॉज फॉर्म्ड बाई फ्लैट अपलैंड्स विच वॉज ऑफन डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द खद्दर लोलैंड्स ऑफ द न्यूअर एलुवियम। मतलब जो ओल्डर भांगर एलुवियम है, जो अपलैंड है जिसको हम जानते हैं, जो अपलैंड है फ्लैट अपलैंड विच वॉज क्वाइट डिफरेंट, वो डिफरेंट है किससे? खद्दर से, विच वॉज lowland of the newer alluvium. The intervening slopes with relative variation from 15 to 30 meter is in relief are locally known as khols. What is khols? The intervening slopes, the slopes situated between things with relative variation. कितना variation है? 15 to 30 meter in relief, which was also known as khols. The topographic feature of the upper Doab is seen in the Aeolian Bhoor deposits. Okay, it's a new term. So what about Middle Ganga? The Middle Ganga plain is a transitional zone which extends over a distance of 600 किलोमीटर in eastern उत्तर प्रदेश and बिहार. मिडिल गंगा जो प्लेन है उसका जो ट्रांजिशनल जोन है which extends, कहाँ से एक्सटेंड होता है? extends over a distance of 600 किलोमीटर in ईस्टर्न उत्तर प्रदेश एंड बिहार, मतलब ईस्टर्न उत्तर प्रदेश और बिहार में है मिडिल गंगा प्लेन का मोस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट्स। और लोअर गंगा प्लेन का क्या है? इन लोअर गंगा प्लेन विच वाज लाइज इन वेस्ट बंगाल एंड बांग्लादेश। सो लोअर गंगा प्लेन ही हमको मिलता है वेस्ट बंगाल में और बांग्लादेश में, और बाकी सब कहाँ मिलता है? उत्तर प्रदेश एंड बिहार। एंड अपर गंगा प्लेन मिलता है गंगा यमुना दोआब में। द गंगा ब्रह्मपुत्र डेल्टा फॉर्मेशन अकाउंट्स फॉर 2/3 ऑफ दिस प्लेन। गंगा यमुना ब्रह्मपुत्र डेल्टा जो है, मतलब नॉट यमुना, गंगा ब्रह्मपुत्र डेल्टा मतलब ज़्यादातर 2/3 ऑफ द प्लेन comprises of गंगा यमुना डेल्टा. So what is the Brahmaputra plain? It is also known as Assam plain because it is located in Assam. ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर हम सबको पता है असम में लोकेटेड है. It was also known as Assam plain. And what is its distance? Its distance is 640 किलोमीटर from धुबरी to सदिया. धुबरी असम में है, ये भी असम में सिचुएटेड है. इट्स विद मीन्स इसका जो चौड़ाई है वो 90 to 100 किलोमीटर वेरी करता है. The entire plain has been formed by the Brahmaputra and its tributaries. तो ज़्यादातर मतलब entire plain was formed by Brahmaputra and its tributaries. What is the significance of the plain? Significance क्या है plain का? With its fertile alluvial soils, flat surface, slow moving perennial rivers and favorable climate, the great plain of North India is of great significance. बहुत significance है ये सब factors की वजह से. It is the home of half about the Indian population, although it accounts for less than 1/4 of the total area of the country. मतलब एक कॉन्ट्रास्ट देखो, ज़्यादातर मतलब हाफ ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द कंट्री लिव्स इन द नॉर्थ इंडिया, ऑल्दो इंडिया का जो कंट्री का जो एरिया है उसका सिर्फ 1/4 है नॉर्थ इंडिया. इट्स अ वेरी गुड कॉन्ट्रास्ट टू से अपन. The plain supports for some of the highest population densities depending upon the purely agro-based economy. मतलब एग्रीकल्चर बहुत प्रैक्टिस होता है इन नॉर्थ इंडिया. The extensive irrigation has made some of its parts plain, especially पंजाब हरियाणा. यहाँ पर इरीगेशन और कल्टिवेशन सबसे ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिस होता है, सबसे ज़्यादा एग्जीक्यूशन होता है पंजाब हरियाणा, वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश. द ग्रैनरी ऑफ इंडिया, वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश को क्या कहा जाता है? वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश पंजाब हरियाणा के द ग्रैनरी ऑफ इंडिया. ग्रैनरी मीन्स द ग्रेन्स, मतलब जो रोटी हम खाते हैं, जो चावल हम खाते हैं उसकी बोलते हैं स्टोर हाउस फॉर थ्रेशेड ग्रेन, इसको स्टोर हाउस बोलते हैं. सो व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज द ग्रैनरी ऑफ इंडिया, ये भी हमने डिस्कस कर लिया. The Thar Desert has a close network of roads and railways which lead to large industrialization and urbanization in this area. Some of the flourished area of religious are also here in North India, that is Buddha, Mahavira, movements of Bhakti and Sufism. All have, means North India is the heartthrob of India and constitutes its very soul. So moving on to the next topic, the Peninsular Plateau. We have done with the Indus-Ganga-Brahmaputra plain. So Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau of India forms an forms an irregular triangle whose base lies between Delhi Ridge and the Rajmahal Hills, and its apex is formed by Kanyakumari, etc. The Peninsular Plateau of India, कैसे तैयार हुआ? For its irregular triangle, मतलब जो triangle regular नहीं है, जो triangle totally मतलब formed नहीं है, वैसे तैयार हुआ. Where it lies in the Delhi Ridge and the Rajmahal Hills, and its apex means the highest point is formed by Kanyakumari. It is the oldest landmass with a general height of 600 to 900 meter. In the north, the Aravalis, the Vindhyachal and the Rajmahal hills. It was surrounded with all hills it was surrounded with hills in all three sides. Eastern and western sides are represented by Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat respectively. So there are three parts of this great plateau: the Malwa Plateau, the Deccan Plateau, the Chotanagpur Plateau, which totally comprises our Peninsular Plateau. The Malwa Plateau is a triangular portion which lies in the northwest of Narmada Tapi rivers and Vindhyachal range, which was also known as Malwa Plateau. Malwa Plateau कहाँ पर है? It is a triangular portion, मतलब triangular portion है which lie जो कहाँ पर lie करते हैं? northwest of Narmada Tapi river and Vindhyachal range, which is also known as Malwa Plateau. It is composed of hard rocks like granite and is generally 800 meter above sea level. Chambal and Betwa are the rivers which flow through this plateau, joining the Yamuna river. तो आप इजीली समझ सकते हैं, मतलब मालवा प्लेटू का जो डिस्क्रिप्शन है वो बहुत क्लियरली दिया हुआ है. द चंबल रिवर हैज़ अ डीप कट रवाइंस एंड गलीज एंड द एरिया इज यूजुअली टर्म्ड एज बैडलैंड. तो बैडलैंड क्या है वो भी हमारा टॉपिक में है सिलेबस में. चंबल का जो रिवर है उसमें डीप कट मतलब कटा हुआ है with ravines and gullies. What is ravines and gullies? The narrow valley with steep sides. मतलब sides बहुत steep है, बहुत high है, बहुत elevated है, लेकिन narrow valley है, छोटा valley है. And the area is usually termed as badland, and badland is not fit for cultivation at all. The extension of this plateau of Malwa Plateau are Bundelkhand, the Ruhelkhand and the Chotanagpur Plateau. The Aravalli range, the western and northwestern flank, the western and the northwestern side of the plateau is occupied by Aravalis. ये किसके बारे में कहा जा रहा है? Malwa Plateau. Relict the mountain range such denuded and forming discontinuous ridges. What form the discontinuous ridges? The relict. Forget to tell one thing, that what is the meaning of threshold? The meaning of threshold is the processed grain or the fresh grains. So what is the meaning of relict? Relict means something which was occurred, मतलब बहुत दिनों से होता हुआ आ रहा है, that is called relict. And denuded means something like acid. It reaches its maximum height of 1722 meter at Guru Shikhar at Mount Abu. Having a northeast to southwest axis, the Aravalli form discontinuous ridges between Gujarat and Delhi. So there is an area of arid topography, means arid geography. Arid is generally found in the desert areas with a vast expanse of carved shaped, crescent shaped means carved shaped sand dunes, which was called barkhans. In case of Deccan Plateau, this is a triangular plateau located in south of river Tapi. So in the south of river Tapi, the Deccan Plateau is located. It is demarcated by Satpura and Vindhyachal ranges. It is bordered by Mahadev and the Mahakala ranges. From 600 meter to 1000 meter, it rises in the south and the slopes down to 500 meters in the north. That is why most of the rivers of the plateau flow from west to east. Why? Because the general slope of the plateau is from west to east. The Narmada and Tapi are the two exceptional rivers from east to west. This plateau have been cut broad valleys, मतलब broad valleys से कटा हुआ है, and divided the plateau into several smaller plateaus such as Maharashtra Plateau, Andhra Plateau, Karnataka Plateau, etc. What is being told about Chotanagpur Plateau? East of Bagelkhand, the Chotanagpur Plateau represent the northeastern projection of Indian Peninsula. So in the northeastern projection of Indian Peninsula, in the east of Bagelkhand, the Chotanagpur Plateau is been formed. It covers 87,000 square kilometer, mostly in Jharkhand, northern part of Chhattisgarh and Purulia district of West Bengal. The plateau is composed of mainly Gondwana rocks with patches of Archean granite and genesis in the Deccan lavas. So what has been told here, मतलब क्या कहा गया? This plateau is mainly composed of गोंडवाना रॉक्स सम एंड टाइप ऑफ रॉक्स विथ पैचेस ऑफ आर्कियन ग्रेनाइट, मतलब इसके अंदर जो पैचेस है तो जो स्पॉट्स है जो कार्व एंड शेप्स है ऑफ आर्कियन ग्रेनाइट एंड जेनेसिस एंड डेक्कन लावास was also been used in the composition of this plateau. The plateau virtually consists of a series of plateaus standing at different levels of elevation. Chotanagpur plateau virtually consists some series of plateau, not a single plateau but a series of plateau which is at different levels of elevation, मतलब अलग अलग लेवल है सबका. The highest general elevation is 1100 meter in the mid western portion called as Patlands, the high level laterite plateau. So highest general elevation कितना है 1100 meter in the mid western portion which was also known as Patland. The plateau is drained by numerous rivers and streams in different direction and presents a radical drainage pattern. This plateau is also drained, मतलब क्या क्या रिवर ड्रेन होता है बाई न्यूमरस स्मॉल रिवर इसके अंदर ड्रेन होता है इस प्लेटो के अंदर इन डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन विच ऑल्सो प्रेजेंट द रेडियल ड्रेनेज पैटर्न, मतलब ड्रेनेज पैटर्न जो हमने पढ़ा है तो वन टाइप ऑफ ड्रेनेज पैटर्न इज रेडियल ड्रेनेज पैटर्न विच इंक्लूड्स इन द छोटानागपुर प्लेटो. The Gondwana coal fields which provide the bulk of coal in India which also was found in Chotanagpur plateau. The north of Damodar river is the Hazirabad plateau which is 600 meter above sea level. The Ranchi plateau to the south of Damodar valley rises about 600 meter above mean sea level. The maximum height in western part were pads of high mesas with laterite steeply rise to an altitude of 1100 meter जो हमने पढ़ा है. The Rajmahal hills forming the northeastern edge of the Chotanagpur plateau are mostly made of basalt and are covered by lava flows. मतलब राजमहल हिल्स जो नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न एज में है छोटानागपुर प्लेटो के वो मोस्टली कैसे तैयार हुआ ऑफ बेसल्ट एंड कवर्ड बाय लावा फ्लोज. ऑफ द सरफेस इज रोलिंग वेयर द सिटी ऑफ रांची इज लोकेटेड. रांची जो लोकेट है ज़्यादातर वहाँ पर क्या रोलिंग सिटीज है. द नेटरहाट पार्ट एंड द गोरू राइज अप टू 1119 meter and 1142 meter above mean sea level. So some types of rocks are found in the Hazirabad plateau, that is the granites and genesis where the hills have quartz rock. Quartz is a type of rock. What about Western Ghat? The Western Ghat extends from Tapi river in the north to Kanyakumari in the south and forms the west boundary of the Deccan plateau. Tapi river in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, its total length is 1600 kilometers. It forms almost a continuous wall and can be crossed only through gaps. The Thal Ghat, Bhor Ghat and Pal Ghat are the famous ghats are the gaps and the Shenkota gap. These gaps are used by rail routes. Rail routes use these gaps. The Chennai railway line passes through the Bhor Ghat. The Pal Ghat is used by the Kochi-Chennai railway line. And the Thal Ghat provides the rail link between Mumbai, Kolkata and Mumbai. The southern part of the Western Ghats is characterized by the presence of some hills, that is Nilgiri Hills, Annamalai and Cardamom Hills. The Anaimundi, the Dodabeta with a general elevation of Anaimundi is 2695 meter, Dodabeta is 2637 meters are the two important peaks of these hills. What about Eastern Ghat? The skirting, the go round or edge, the eastern edge of the Deccan Plateau and running parallel to the eastern coast are the Eastern Ghats. मतलब जो एज है ईस्टर्न एज का, मतलब जो ईस्टर्न एज है डेक्कन प्लेटो का विच रन्स पैरेलल टू द ईस्टर्न कोस्ट, जो ईस्टर्न कोस्ट के तहत पैरेलल है वही है ईस्टर्न घाट. The northeastern part of Odisha and reaches of Nilgiris in the south are also its ranges which extends for the Eastern Ghat. It is about 200 km wide in the north and narrows down to 100 km. The rivers are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri cut through this range to reach the Bay of Bengal. Some mountains are there except between Mahanadi and Godavari do not depict the real mountain. इसका बहुत अलग अलग नाम भी है ईस्टर्न घाट का, मतलब अलग अलग जगह पे अलग अलग नाम से पहचानित है ईस्टर्न घाट. इन द साउथ ईस्टर्न घाट मार्च विद द वेस्टर्न घाट नियर द नीलगिरी हिल्स. साउथ में क्या होता है ईस्टर्न घाट मार्चेस, ईस्टर्न घाट मिल जाता है किससे, वेस्टर्न घाट से नियर द नीलगिरी हिल्स. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ईस्टर्न घाट एंड वेस्टर्न घाट? वेस्टर्न घाट it runs parallel to the western coast in the north-south direction from Tapi river to Kanyakumari. Eastern Ghat runs parallel runs in a northeast to southwest direction to the eastern coast from Odisha to Nilgiri Hills. Western Ghat has an average elevation of 900 to 1100 meter above sea level, and Eastern Ghat has an average elevation which is less than the Western Ghat, which is about only 600 meter above sea level. The average weight of Western Ghat is 50 to 80 kilometers. The differences are very important. Please note down it. The Eastern Ghat are wider than the Western Ghat, with its weight varying from 100 to 200 kilometers. The Western Ghat stands like a continuous wall and can be crossed through passes only. The Eastern Ghat can be divided into several parts by large rivers, which have made their passage through the ranges up to the sea. There are structural unity in Western Ghat. There is no such structural unity in Eastern Ghat. The source of many large rivers which flow in peninsular India are of the Western Ghat. No big river originate from the Eastern Ghat. Western Ghat is almost perpendicular to the southwest monsoons coming from Arabian Sea and causes heavy rainfall in the western coastal plain. In case of Eastern Ghat, it is almost parallel to the monsoons coming from Bay of Bengal and does not cause much rainfall. What is the significance of the Peninsular Plateau? The significance of the Peninsular Plateau of India is because what is the significance of Peninsular Plateau? It is the oldest and most stable landmass of Indian subcontinent. It is rich with variety of minerals which occur in large quantities. Huge deposits of iron, manganese, copper, bauxite, etc. are all found here. Gondwana coal deposits of India are found in the Peninsular Plateau, which is of 98% of the majority percent, Large part of northwest plateau is covered with fertile black lava soil, which is extremely useful. Fertile black lava soil is extremely useful for growing cotton. The peninsular plateau soils are also suitable for growing tea, coffee, rubber, millets are also found here, spices, tobacco, oil seeds, etc. The highland of the plateau are covered with different types of forest which provide a large variety types of forest products. The rivers originating in the Western Ghat offer great opportunity for generating hydroelectricity. So where we can find hydroelectricity? In the Western Ghats adjoining rivers. The rivers originate in the Western Ghat of great opportunity for developing hydroelectricity. The plateau is also known as and also provide irrigational facilities to the agricultural crops. The plateau is known for its hill resorts such as Udagamangalam Uti, which is also named as Uti, the Panchmarchi, ये नाम तो बहुत मुश्किल है ये सब, the Kodaikanal, the Malabareshwar, the Kandala, the Methron and the Mount Abu, etc. नाम सुन के तो बुखार हो जाएगा सबको. The coastal plain. So we are in the last and the foremost topic, that is we have done with the peninsular plateau. Now we are in the coastal plain and we have only left topic is the island. The coastal plains. The Great Plateau is edged by narrow coastal strips on both the sides, that western and eastern sides along the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal respectively, which was also commonly known as Western Coastal Plain and the Eastern Coastal Plain. We will also go thoroughly with the difference also. So Western Coastal Plain क्या है? Western Coastal Plains lies between Western Ghat and Arabian Sea. जैसे कि हमको नाम से ही पता है Western Coastal Plain, so Western Ghat, Eastern Coastal Plain, so Eastern Ghat. तो कहाँ पर ये लाई करते हैं? Western Ghat and the Arabian Sea coast and spread. कहाँ पर spread हुआ है? From Gujarat to Kanyakumari. It is a narrow plain with an average width of 64 km. The northern part from Mumbai to Goa is called Konkan. The middle part is Kannad Plain, while the southern part up to Kanyakumari is known as the Malabar Plain. So different plain it has been divided into. Konkan is about 50 to 80 km wide, characterized with estuaries, while Malabar is characterized with lagoons and backwater. Lagoons क्या है? Salt lake waters separated from main seas. Main seas are separated by splits and sandbars. Kochi is a place which is an example of lagoon, which is also located on a lagoon. The Eastern Coastal Plain. So what is the meaning of estuaries? Estuaries का मतलब क्या है? The white part of the river, that is of Konkan. The Eastern Coastal Plain. Along the Bay of Bengal, there extends a comparatively wide and level plain from Odisha to Kanyakumari, which is also known as Eastern Coastal Plain. Odisha से कन्याकुमारी तक एक comparatively wide plain जो है उसका नाम है Eastern Coastal Plain. It become broader in Tamil Nadu, where it is 100 to 200 km. The northern part between Mahanadi and Krishna is the northern Sirkar plain. The southern part between Krishna and Kaveri is the Coromandel or Carnatic plain. दिस ऑल मतलब ये सब आप ये सब तुम लोग कहाँ पढ़ोगे इन द मैप में सब कुछ मिलेगा ये नॉर्दर्न सिरकर कहाँ है कोरामंडल प्लेन कहाँ है एटसेट्रा The Mahanadi and Godavari and Krishna and Kaveri, the major river, originated from the Great Plateau and from the deltas at their mouths. In the coastal plain, the famous four rivers originate. That is the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri are the major rivers under the eastern coastal plain from the Great Plateau and from the deltas at their mouths. A chain of bars is found along the coast in eastern coast also, which forms lagoons. The Chilika and the Pulicat present are the good examples of lagoons. Chilika and Pulicat lakes are the good examples of lagoons. What is the difference between eastern coastal plain and western coastal plain? The plain is located between Western Ghat and the Arabian Sea coast, and the eastern coastal plain is located between Eastern Ghats and the coast of Bay of Bengal. It is a narrow plain with an average of 64 km. It is a comparatively broader plain with an average of width of 80 to 100 km. The plain is drained by several short and swift streams which are unable to form deltas in western coastal plain. Big rivers like Mahanadi, Godavari and Krishna and Kaveri have formed large deltas. There are several lagoons, especially in the southern part of western coastal plain. The lagoons are comparatively less in eastern coastal plain as compared to western coastal plain. Western plain has indented coast which supports many ports. मतलब बहुत ports support कर सकता है western coastal plain, but eastern coastal plain has straight or has more or less a straight coast which where good ports are lacking. मतलब straight और बहुत ज़्यादा plain जगह है eastern coastal plain में, लेकिन अच्छा ports का facility बहुत कम है. So what is being told about island? Besides mainland, Indian territory also extends into Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal in the form of Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Island. बहुत famous है दो island, Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Island. The Lakshadweep are small coral islands, and it is of a couple of square of kilometer in area. The Andaman and Nicobar Island are of a cluster of islands stretched almost in a line in a volcanic origin. अंडमान एंड निकोबार ऑफ अ वोल्केनिक ओरिजिन जो एक क्लस्टर है आइलैंड का जो स्ट्रेच होता है इन अ लाइन fairly large and more enormous than Lakshadweep. Andaman group is fairly very large and enormous than Lakshadweep. Some of islands are volcanic origin also. Barren land is an active volcano. Barren land एक active volcano है. Lakshadweep island extends just to north of independent country known as Maldives. North of Maldives में Lakshadweep island extend होता है. So what is the difference? And the last topic is what is the difference between Nicobar, Andaman and Nicobar island and Lakshadweep island. Island are in the Bay of Bengal. Andaman and Nicobar is in the Bay of Bengal. Lakshadweep is in the Arabian Sea. 572 islands extending from 6 degree 45 minute north to 13 degree 41 minute north and 92 degree 12 minute east to 95 degree 57 minute east is Andaman and Nicobar Island. In case of Lakshadweep Island, it literally means to 1 lakh islands. There are only 25 islands extending from 8 degree north to 12 degree 20 minute north and 71 degree 45 minute east to 74 degree east. They are of very large size, covering a cumulative area of 8,249 square kilometer of Andaman and Nicobar Island. And in Lakshadweep Island, they are of smaller size, mini koi. The smaller size को क्या कहते हैं? Mini koi. The large island measures just 4.53 square kilometers. In Andaman and Nicobar Island, it is believed that this group of island is made of tertiary sandstone, limestone, and some state of volcanic origin. And in case of Lakshadweep Island, these are made up of coral origin and are surrounded by fringing reefs. So what is the meaning of fringing reefs? का मतलब क्या है? Coral reef which lies to shore, मतलब shore जो है sea का जो shore होता है उतना तक जाता है in coral reef. In Andaman and Nicobar Island, most islands are hilly areas. Saddle Peak is the highest peak in North Andaman. That is 737 meter. Most of the islands have low elevation and do not rise more than 5 meter above mean sea level in case of Lakshadweep Islands. So, और specifically reef का मतलब क्या होता है? Meaning of reef in specifically, reef mean is sandbar. मतलब sandbar को reef कहा जाता है. So that is the end of our chapter 3 theoretical part. Now we'll also cover the question answer part in our next video, and we have covered all the topics in today's class, from the Himalayan mountain complex to coastal plain and up to the island also. That is to our latest syllabus of 2023 and 2024. That's all for today. If you have watched the video till the end, give a thumbs up and please do comment. That's all for today, and please subscribe to the channel for further more videos. I know you are not subscribing to this channel specifically, as subscribers are not growing. I will put videos more motivatingly. I will put videos if you subscribe to my channel and bring more subscribers through your friends and the people you know. So we've covered the geography class today. From my sides, thank you and take care, and wishes you very happiness and good health in the day of Christmas, and Happy New Year. May your new year goes very well through shining, glowing and achieving something great. Thank you. That's all for today. God bless you. And share it with as much as people as you can.